Good day, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another speed drawing. DoodleNoodle here as always, and today I'm drawing an angry pouty baby. So, the reason why I decided to draw this picture is because as part of my portrait studies, I wanted variance, and I want to challenge myself each week to do something a little bit different. So last week I drew an old man, which I've never done before, and it was interesting getting to see how the facial features change and how the muscles deteriorate and how the skin sags. And then I went to a complete opposite this week with a baby, which is like the newest of humans. And nothing is sagging, and there's just fat and plumpness. And honestly, this baby was really adorable and so fun to draw. If you're new and you're also into art and drawing, I do tutorials every Friday, and if you subscribe and you turn on the bell notifications, you can see them every Friday. For now, I've been working on faces, and this week we'll be doing ears. After that, we're going to be going a little bit more in depth with figures and hands, and as I learn more, I'll continue to teach you what I learn. So don't be surprised if in future I teach you how to spot and draw the proportions for a child's face or a child's body. But for now, we're going to be going a little bit more in depth with hands, and then we'll come back to faces and drawing them with more complicated forms and at more complicated angles. My first group of tutorials have been basic beginner stuff. I do go into a time lapse and shade them so that it's interesting to look at as well, but mainly I'm teaching you how to draw it in the simplest way so that you don't feel overwhelmed with too much. So that's why the hands have been a little bit easy to draw on the faces and the ears. They're just very simple. As we move forward, we're going to do more things. As always, I started with a simple blocking in, and then I built up the drawing and shaded in and added in details. I think for me the most challenging part of this was actually the hair. I couldn't decide if I wanted to do like really detailed hair or if I wanted to do like my usual just a pencil line sketch to make it really seem unfocused. I tried that and then I realized actually it doesn't look good for the picture. And that's also something, like, you have to be flexible as an artist. Like, it's good to have a style, but sometimes you need to tweak your style or decide whether it's absolutely necessary on that specific piece of art. One thing that I learned recently, or one thing that occurred to me recently, that was that it's a good idea to simplify some parts. It just makes the picture more interesting, and I decided to do that with the baby's clothes. In the reference picture, there are a lot more folds in its clothes, but I completely simplified that so that it doesn't detract from the main focal point of the picture. Overall, there are a lot of parts where there were highlights and deeper shadows, but I made it into one plane. And what I liked is that I kept some of the darker areas as a way to guide your eye around, and it has a good flow. It makes you look back up at the face and come down a little bit and enjoy some of the parts and then go right back up, and it's a very interesting picture to look at least for me personally. So yeah, I'm patting myself on the back here, but overall I just had a lot of fun drawing this. And if you're also into improving your art through study and stuff, you could think of this as inspiration or something to use for ideas. Personally, what I'm trying to do is push myself and try new things each week. So next week I'll probably do another child, but a little bit older, or I might do a young boy. And it sounds a bit weird when you just say it like that, but the point of it is to build up that visual library so that when you do want to draw out of your imagination, or not too much out of your imagination, but without reference, you have a mental reference, and it's a lot easier. It's pretty much impossible to draw something you've never seen and dissected before. I don't know if you've ever looked at the anatomical layout of like a child's skull. It's really creepy, first of all, but it has almost no jaw. Like this tiny little jaw on this huge cranium. Like majority of the baby's head is eyeball. And it's a little bit creepy, but it also makes for something really adorable and softened. Thank you for watching this video so far, and I hope to see you next time. And as I say, as I'm moving forward and growing as an artist, I hope that it inspires you to grow as well and try new things. Challenge yourself, always push your boundaries. Get comfortable in your discomfort as an artist. It's always the unknown that will teach you the most useful things. You're not going to learn much just drawing what you already know. So, as a fellow artist, I recommend to you, try something you haven't tried before.